Chosen one. Listen carefully, because I believe with all my heart that you did not click on this video by accident. Something divine pulled you here, something beyond human understanding. Something that has been whispering to you in the quiet moments when no one else could see your pain, your struggle, and your prayers, and today I must tell you. God has chosen a specific date, August 31st, not as a coincidence, but as a prophetic marker in the spirit, a moment where heaven aligns with earth in a way that will shake the very foundation of those who are chosen. And if you are listening to this, it means you are not ordinary, you are not random, you are not forgotten, you are one of the chosen ones that heaven has set apart for something greater than you can imagine. Maybe you've been carrying burdens so heavy that at times you wondered if God even hears you anymore. Maybe you've cried yourself to sleep hoping for a sign. Maybe you've asked for confirmation after confirmation just to know you're not crazy for believing that God has marked you differently. And here's your confirmation. God chose August 31st, and if you're watching this right now, it means this prophecy is tied to your destiny. My friend, this message cannot wait. Because what's about to unfold in your life has the power to break chains that have held you for years, and to awaken the purpose inside of you that you thought had died. Pause for just a moment and let this sink in. Why are you here, right now, on this very day, hearing this exact word? Because heaven does not deal in coincidences. God knew you would need to hear this before stepping into your next chapter, and He orchestrated every detail so that this word would find you. I'm asking you to do something bold right now. If you feel something in your spirit stirring already, if you feel that inner confirmation rising, I want you to type 777 in the comments as your declaration that you are ready to receive this prophetic word. That simple act will align your faith with the spiritual atmosphere being released in this moment, because when the chosen ones gather in agreement, heaven responds with power. Now hear me. August 31st is not about a date on the calendar alone, it is about a divine appointment. It represents the closing of one season and the opening of another. For many of you, this day is the end of years of silence, the end of waiting, the end of questioning your worth, and the start of an acceleration that will leave even your enemies stunned. You've felt delayed, you've felt overlooked, you've felt like you've been standing on the sidelines while others seem to run ahead. But the Spirit of God is saying, you were never forgotten, you were being hidden for the appointed time. And August 31st marks the unveiling. What was concealed is about to be revealed. What was locked is about to be opened. What was barren is about to produce fruit. Think back to the times you asked God, when will it be my turn? Think back to the nights you whispered, Lord, I can't carry this anymore. Think about how close you came to giving up. But instead of giving up, you're here, still breathing, still searching, still hungry for His presence, and that hunger is proof that you're chosen. Chosen ones don't quit. Chosen ones may stumble, may fall, may cry, but they don't quit. And that's why this prophecy is for you. Because you didn't give up, because you didn't walk away, because you kept holding on when everything inside you said let go, God marked you for this moment. And let me tell you something. When God marks you, no demon, no enemy, no lie, no delay can erase it. You are stepping into a season where everything that was used to break you will become the evidence of God's hand on your life. That's why you've been under attack, that's why you've felt so much pressure, because the enemy always fights hardest when heaven is about to release its greatest blessing. August 31st is not just a date, it is a divine announcement that the battle is shifting, that the tide is turning, and that the chosen ones will rise with a strength that cannot be explained. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is not just a story, it is a prophetic confirmation that will echo through your spirit long after you finish hearing these words. August 31st is more than a date, it's a spiritual checkpoint, a line in the sand where heaven has decreed, the old season is over, and the chosen ones cannot be hidden any longer. Think about this, every battle you've been fighting, every delay you've been enduring, every silent season where it felt like God wasn't speaking, all of it has been leading to this prophetic moment. And some of you need to hear this clearly. The silence was not punishment, it was preparation. God was training your ears to hear His voice, even in the quiet. He was teaching you that faith is not built when the path is clear, but when you keep walking in the dark, trusting His hand. That's why August 31st carries weight, because it is the appointed time for manifestation of everything you prayed in private. For some of you, this date will mark the breaking of generational patterns. The curses that ran in your family line, the battles you've been fighting that your parents and grandparents also faced, cycles of lack, cycles of rejection, cycles of sudden loss, they break here. The Spirit of the Lord says, you will not carry into September what weighed you down in August. The pain was real, yes, but it was never permanent. That's why you've been feeling restless, like something inside of you knows change is near. Because the chosen ones can sense spiritual shifts before they appear in the physical. Your spirit has been warning you, whispering to you, even waking you up in the middle of the night, and now you know why. Because heaven has already circled August 31st in its calendar as your turning point. But let me make this personal. Do you remember how many times you asked God, why me? Why the struggle? Why the delays? Why the heartbreaks? Why the closed doors? And heaven's answer is being revealed now, because chosen ones cannot be processed like everyone else. Your pain had a purpose, your delays were divine, and your isolation was intentional. God separated you not to punish you, but to protect the seed of greatness He planted inside you. And August 31st is the beginning of the unveiling of that seed. For some of you, what has been hidden for years, your talent, your gift, your calling, will suddenly be recognized. Doors that refused to open before will swing wide. Opportunities that passed you by will circle back around. People who overlooked you will be forced to watch as God elevates you in plain sight. And let me give you a scripture to anchor this prophecy. At the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Isaiah 60 verse 22. This is your right time. Not too late, not too early, but exactly when heaven ordained. That's why you can't measure your life by the timelines of others. That's why you can't compare yourself to people who seemed ahead. Because chosen ones don't operate on earthly clocks, they move by prophetic timing. And when the timing is right, God will compress years into moments. What would take others a decade to build, He can give you in a day. That's why August 31st matters, because it represents that sudden shift, that divine acceleration, that heavenly announcement. It is your time. Now, let me warn you, with every prophecy comes a test. When God marks a date, the enemy marks the chosen. That's why some of you will notice that as August 31st approaches, the attacks intensify. Don't panic. That's confirmation, not condemnation. The closer you get to breakthrough, the louder the resistance becomes. But here's the secret the enemy doesn't want you to know. The attack is proof that the blessing is real. Hell does not fight empty vessels. The warfare you're facing is simply evidence that you're carrying something worth fighting for. So instead of asking, why me, start declaring, because I'm chosen. I need you to do something right now. If this word is resonating in your spirit, if you feel that holy fire stirring inside of you, I want you to type "It's my time" in the comments. Write it as a prophetic declaration. Because the chosen ones don't just hear the word, they respond to it. And when you declare it out loud, even in the comments, you're aligning your faith with heaven's decree. Remember, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Speak it, declare it, own it. August 31st is your line in the sand. The end of delay. The start of destiny. So as this word continues, prepare your heart, because what I'm about to reveal next will show you why this exact date was chosen by God and how it connects to your hidden prayers and secret tears. And now, beloved, as you continue listening, something within you is stirring even more deeply, because the Spirit is confirming in your heart that August 31st is not an ordinary date, it is a divine checkpoint in your life, a moment where heaven's timeline intersects with your earthly walk, and God is saying, I chose this day to remind you who you are, where you are going, and what cannot follow you into your destiny. Think about it. Have you noticed how some things, no matter how much you try, simply cannot come with you into your next chapter? That toxic friendship that keeps draining you? That habit that secretly steals your joy? That fear that keeps whispering in the background? God is saying, enough. August 31st is the line He is drawing, because you cannot carry yesterday's chains into tomorrow's promise. This is why you have been feeling restless, why sleep feels different, why you suddenly sense shifts around you, because your spirit already knows something greater is unfolding. And if you are wondering, why me, Lord? Why now? It's because you are chosen, and chosen ones don't live by chance, they live by divine appointments. August 31st is heaven's appointment with your soul. So listen carefully, this prophecy is not to scare you, it is to awaken you. God is saying that many have been ignoring the signs, repeating numbers like 111, 777, sudden coincidences that don't feel like coincidences, dreams that seem too vivid to dismiss. These are not accidents, they are signals. He is calling you higher, and if you've been doubting, if you've been hesitating, this is his confirmation. Drop a 111 in the comments if you know deep down this message is yours, because when you declare it, you seal it in your spirit. Chosen ones often feel isolated, overlooked, even misunderstood, but that is because heaven's mark on you sets you apart. People may walk away, but their absence is not your loss, it's your protection. God doesn't want everyone to cross over with you into your breakthrough season, and August 31st is a prophetic doorway. Only you can step through it, no one else can carry you. Now, I need you to reflect. What have you been tolerating that you know God told you to release? What door have you been afraid to close? Because chosen ones are not just hearers, they are doers. And this prophecy comes with instruction. God is telling you to prepare your heart, prepare your space, and prepare your mind, because new blessings require new capacity. You can't pour new wine into old wineskins. If you want clarity, lift your hands wherever you are and say, Lord, I receive. Feel that? That weight lifting? That peace flooding in? That's not from me, that's from Him. The atmosphere around you is shifting, and it's because you're stepping into alignment. And beloved, August 31st is not just about your personal life, it's about the ripple effect you carry. When God marks you, He marks everything connected to you. Your family, your work, your future, your health, all of it feels the wave of His hand. That's why attacks have been stronger lately, because the enemy knows you're on the brink of something huge. But hear me, the very resistance you feel is proof of the breakthrough waiting on the other side. If you've been crying, if you've been questioning, if you've been thinking, Lord, how much longer? This is His answer. My child, I am closer than you think, and August 31st is when the unseen becomes seen. So don't take this lightly. Chosen ones who ignore God's timing often repeat unnecessary cycles, but those who respond, those who lean in, those who act, they move into a life of miracles. And you, beloved, are not listening to this by chance. No, you were pulled here, guided here, marked to hear this, because heaven has something urgent for you. And this urgency is love, not punishment. God doesn't warn because He wants to scare you, He warns because He wants to prepare you. August 31st is preparation, transformation, and acceleration. Say it aloud, I am ready. Now pause, breathe, and let this sink in, because in the next moments, we're going even deeper into what this prophecy means for your destiny, how to recognize the signs unfolding around you, and how to walk boldly into the calling only you were designed to fulfill. Stay locked in, because what you're about to hear will not just inspire you, it will activate something inside of you that has been waiting to awaken for years. And beloved, as we go even deeper, understand this. Prophecy is not just about what God is saying, but about how you respond to it. August 31st has been chosen as a prophetic marker because heaven wants you awake, aligned, and aware. Think about the people in Scripture who missed their appointed time, like the Israelites who wandered 40 years because they hesitated to step into the promise. God is saying, do not delay. Chosen ones move when heaven moves, they shift when heaven shifts. That's why you've been feeling a holy discomfort lately, like your spirit doesn't fit in the old places anymore. That's God pushing you out of Egypt, because your Canaan is calling. And on August 31st, you will sense a confirmation, doors closing without explanation, opportunities presenting themselves suddenly, or peace entering areas where there used to be chaos. These are not random events, they are heaven's fingerprints. Let me make this personal. Look back at your life for a moment. How many times did you survive what others didn't? How many times did you walk away from situations that should have broken you? That wasn't luck, that was divine preservation. And preservation is never without purpose. God preserved you because your assignment is too important to be wasted in the wrong place, with the wrong people, or on the wrong path. August 31st is like a divine alarm clock, shaking you awake, reminding you that you were born for more than survival, you were born for impact. You were chosen to be a light in the darkness, a voice in the wilderness, a testimony in a world full of noise. That's why your journey has been so hard. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Chosen one, listen closely. After August 31st, you will begin to notice shifts. Some of you will have dreams so vivid they will feel like instructions. Some of you will suddenly feel clarity about decisions you've been wrestling with. Some of you will notice relationships either strengthening or dissolving overnight. Do not resist it. Flow with it. Because when God is moving, resistance only delays the blessing. Say to yourself right now, Lord, I surrender. And as you say it, notice the peace that comes with release. That's His Spirit confirming you are exactly where you need to be. Now let's talk about something important: fear. Many chosen ones miss their breakthrough because fear keeps whispering louder than faith. But God is saying, I did not give you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. This prophecy is not to leave you trembling, it's to leave you standing boldly. Fear is the last test before breakthrough, and if you can silence it, you will walk into places your enemies swore you'd never reach. So when August 31st comes, walk with your head high. Declare with authority, I am chosen. I am covered. I am called. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Heaven responds to boldness, not hesitation. And before I close, let me say this: you are not alone in this journey. The very fact that you're listening right now means you are part of a remnant, a community of chosen ones scattered across the earth who are awakening at the same time. Doesn't that make sense? Why do you think so many are feeling this shift together? Because heaven moves corporately as well as individually. You are part of something much bigger than yourself. So don't isolate, don't withdraw, stay connected, stay prayed up, and stay aligned. Now, beloved, if this message has spoken to you, if you feel the Spirit tugging at your heart, if you know deep down that this prophecy is yours, then I want you to declare it publicly. Type in the comments right now, I receive this word. Not for me, but for your spirit, because when you declare it, you seal it. And as you do, watch how confirmation begins to unfold in your life. And finally, as we close this prophetic message, remember this: August 31st is not an ending, it's a beginning. It's not about fear, it's about faith. It's not about loss, it's about gain. And it's not about coincidence, it's about divine alignment. You were not called to watch life pass you by, you were called to rise, to shine, and to walk boldly into the destiny heaven has written for you. You are chosen, you are marked, and you are unstoppable when God is with you. So if this message has blessed you, make sure you subscribe right now and join this family of chosen ones, because this is just the beginning. More prophetic revelations, more divine encouragement, more breakthrough words are coming, and you don't want to miss what heaven is about to pour out. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's continue walking this spiritual journey together. Until next time, remember, you are chosen, you are covered, and August 31st is proof that heaven has not forgotten your name. Stay strong, stay faithful, and stay ready, because your breakthrough is closer than you think.